ROAR, right?
Roar Media. Yeah, that's
Roar
it.
Media.
So I got bamboozled today because I'm still subscribed to Uphill. I jump on and I'm like, oh shit, that's not Chanda.
This guy, Craig Pasta Sauce or something from Convo Couch, showed up on The Dive with Shanda and Oz, and he just goes right into how he went to Uphill Media and was shocked to find out that they weren't there. And then, conveniently, the others, Shanda, Oz Face, they come back and say, yeah, we had to quit that racket and come over to Roar Media.
That's not Oz. I remember these two guys, you know what I'm saying? And, I very much like the opinions of, I believe his name is Marcos of sorts.
Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah.
Except I remember the other gentleman was a person who has a severe case of TDS. Putting things in the message board, and maybe I should have. I mean, Ozalu, you want to do your own thing, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. But I just remembered you guys and how much I love you guys and how we just click mentality-wise, and it really just upset me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to bash your old place you guys work at, but man, I mean, all they were doing was making fun of Trump and talking about all these things with zero pushback. At the end, I said, what makes you guys any different than MSNBC? Seriously. What makes you any different than CNN? And, try to answer me in a nice, Condo Couch, and, we don't take money to do this stuff. I said, well, to me, that's worse. You're talking this shit for free? Like, where's your head? Like, I get it. Orange man bad. Orange man bad. Got it. But, I mean, there's a little bit more nuance to what's going on. The elections. Like, this is the timeline of the elections when Donald Trump said that he would no longer accept the results, and he started complaining and said it would be messed up and blah, blah, blah. And, like, he's just reporting CNN Chris Cuomo, things. And it was so disheartening because people are spewing out so much disinformation about how elections work. And I got to tell you this, Master Chanda, Mr. Oz, I really looked up to a lot of people in this business. I'm a kid with a high school degree and some college, right? And I really looked up to some people in this business, in the independent media field. It just was such a surprise to see how little they understand and know about elections. They don't know what they're talking about.
Sorry for the furnace rattling in the background. So yes, that's very convenient. About a couple months after I exposed Uphill Media, Roar Media, they're acting like they have nothing to do with it. That they left. Just look at all the screenshots I put together. Read that article over at PR Week that exposed Choden. These are front groups. They come up with names for fake media. Candlelight Media. Bright Lights Media, or what the F. Heartland Media. I looked that up. If it's what I think it is, look into it.
So I had to call you today when I texted Chanda. I said, I got to speak to somebody who knows about elections. Not that I just want to harp on it. Just I want to talk to somebody, some fam of ours, in the same kind of mentality. Because it gets lonely on the left when
well, you're not alone. You are so not alone. I watched the attacks. People that we worked with in independent media since Force the Vote have really showed their true colors. That I'm glad that we're pulling together the people that are on the same side, agreeing on the same things. And I'm sorry about the Uphill thing. Now you see why we left. And we're so excited to have Roar Media and be able to lift independent media voices that know the truth.
Yeah, we're going to talk to our brothers over at Hardlands Media tomorrow. We're having a meeting with them at 10 o'clock. And this is exactly what we're talking about. This great unmasking that Force the Vote did really showed us who's got their shit together and is on track and who's being paid by the corporate tools out there.
Or it's careerists.
Yeah, the careerists. So, that really cleaned up the field a lot. And so all we're advocating is we're guppies in this thing. You guys have been growing great, and you're doing good work and election integrity. I don't know how many times you got to tell these people, we have a problem with election integrity, whether you want Trump or not.
It's 6 years.
Jesus Christ.
You guys know, right?
Yeah.
I talked to you. Chanda, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I researched this stuff for a decade, and it's basically everything is tied together on the local to the national level, and it revolves around the military-industrial complex. And these guys are from Homeland Security, Five Eyes, FBI. These are informants. It's not a coincidence they all look like junkies and drunks and cokeheads and popping lots of pills. They're exposed. I exposed them.